Today I'm talking about the problems we face in everyday life. Uh, Matthew chapter 6, verse 32 and 33, Jesus discusses with his disciples. He says, you all are going to scatter and you're going to leave me and you're going to go to your own home. And he was talking about the crucifixion. That was some real problems. He said, all you guys are going to leave me. Jesus knew that he was going to go through. But when you get to verse 33, he said, I've told you this, that you might have peace. In this world, you are going to have many tribulations, but be of good cheer, for I've overcome the world. He let them know you're going to have trouble. And I'm telling you all this so you could have peace. When you leave me, I'm not going to be mad at you. I'm going to still use you. But I've told you this, that you're going to have peace in this world. You're going to have trouble, but I've overcome the world. I'm getting ready to overcome the world. So problems are something that is inevitable, meaning you can't avoid it. The Bible says it rains on the just and the unjust. Whether you're black, white, red or brown, rich or poor, whatever you are going to face some problems. Some of our problems are more severe than others. And many times people at times want to give up. They want to maybe cuss somebody out. Maybe they want to stick their head in the sand because of the problems they're going through. And don't get me wrong, I like to pray for people who are going through problems. Sometimes we want to talk about them. But I know many times that trouble has passed over my house, not because of me, but because of the grace of God over my life. And the Bible says, blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. And you know, Job, it don't matter. Job was righteous. He was rich. He had everything going for him. He was blessed. But he came into some severe problems. And I want to say a lot of times it's how we look at our problems. Now, if we run into problems, we got to keep going. We got to keep getting up when we face tribulations. When we're in the midst of struggles, we got to keep going. So many times, even small problems begin to crack us. And I know some people got some serious problems. And I want to encourage you. But some people think not having a fast enough Wi-Fi is a problem. Some people think not their washing machine breaking down is a problem. Some people think that they can't eat out every day of the week is a problem. But I noticed when I went on a mission trip, there were some kids that we fed at a school, and every day they got beans and rice. And as I was feeding those kids, they were excited. And I looked down and many of them had holes in the only pair of shoes they had. And what that tells me is what's a problem to me isn't a problem to them. See, sometimes we become so soft, we really don't know what problems are. See, a lot of times we're stressing. We're going through stuff and we're stressed out, and the devil has us climbing the walls and over things that ain't really a problem. You see, Paul and them, when they said in spite of all these things, we're more than conquerors, he said something, because it was Paul who was stoned in Lystra and left for dead, hit with stones and rocks. They tried to kill him for preaching. And we think it's a problem because somebody's talking about us. We think it's a problem because somebody don't like us. But Paul, he said, I was beat with 40 stripes minus one. Them are some problems. And what I'm saying, keep going. Some people have more serious problems, and I commend you. Because I'm doing better than a lot of people, you know. To have your health is a blessing. You ought to thank God for your health. Because sometimes when we whine about our feet hurting or our knees hurting, there's somebody without any feet or any knees. And the children just broke my heart because they were excited to get a pair of rubber sandals. They were excited to get a pair of 50-cent sandals. And today, our kids are whining because they can't get their 50th toy. Our kids are whining because they can't get the car they want. Is that really a problem? I think we're a little soft sometimes in America. We get a little soft, and I was going to bring this message another way. And the Lord put the brakes on it. He said some people are going through stuff they don't have to go through. Be strong in the Lord in the power of his might. You're facing stuff that really ain't a problem. Don't get me wrong. There's some things we are facing that are problems. There's some people who are sick and going through illnesses and having situations in their families and lives and that are going on. But there's some people that are being persecuted today for the gospel. There's some people who are being imprisoned and murdered because they talk about Jesus Christ. Hey, you ought to rise up. That ain't a problem. Recognize what a problem is. Don't let the devil have your head in a corner, have you scratching your head. You ought to say, devil, you got to do more than that. We could think what some people been through before us in this country, some people, all colors. Even if you think about the Holocaust and what they faced. I want to tell you there's a freedom, and the devil's trying to tie you up with all kind of problems that ain't problems. You whining over stuff that you shouldn't be whining over. You ought to be thanking God how he blessed you, how you woke up this morning, how you got a soft bed, and how